Hello again, it's Lock Noob and you're watching me on my side channel Side Noob, and well, I've got a mystery here. This is a whole brass PacLock 95, and this, as far as I know, isn't a particularly easy one to come by, and I really like brass bodied locks. This was sent to me by Legal Lockpicker, and he acknowledges and completely knows that something went wrong during assembly of this lock. The Bible seems to be in the right position, but the actual core or plug itself is rotated round, and you can see that the driver pins have come into the keyway. Now, normally in a lock, what you do is you get the back of a pick or something like that, and you push down, push them all the heads of the driver pins basically to the shear line, then rotate the core. It won't work. I can't get a bypass tool to the back to turn the actuator. It only tensions clockwise. It won't tension anti-clockwise. Again, I don't know why. And once you pick the pins, if you just pick the pins just to make sure they're fully to shear, it still won't turn. I've tried inserting a screwdriver to really crank up the torque. Nothing works. So it really is a mystery. If I had to guess what's going on inside here, I think there's something to do with the actuator being trapped, that somehow has been screwed down, and it's stopping the actuator from turning. The only way that I can possibly do something about it is by drilling out this pin here. Now, I've already made a little dent in the top using some punches, which are now blunt. Don't buy cheap punches. And I've got a whole load of donor stuff here that I could probably swap in if needs be, but I'm just curious as to why this won't turn, why it won't open, and therefore, well, you know what, I'm going to get quite extreme and start to use these diamond tip bits to try to drill off the top of this lock. So there is the anti-drill plate, I guess. And yeah, if I had access to a decent milling machine or maybe a drill press, this would have been a lot better, probably more accurate to drill through that, but I didn't. So I'm actually quite happy with the diamond burr tips that I used. It just took a little longer. Your results may vary. I'll probably use this as a spare in something else, however. So I've given this a bit of a clean up to get rid of some of the metal swarf, and just have a look down inside there. You can see there's a lot of marking on the inside here. I think that could be even from me trying to get in there to use a bypass tool. Just looking at where, oh, a pin's just fallen out. Ah, right, so this is the core, and it's this way up normally, like that. Well, not normally, it shouldn't be this way round, but you can see that the driver pins are in there. Let's, okay, so investigations. I don't know what's going on inside here, but can I push these down and turn the core? No, I can't. Why? Well, it looks like only one pin has fallen down fully into the keyway here. Like that. Can the rest be pushed down into the keyway? They can, but they're very resistant. Can I tap them out? Maybe something a bit stronger. Back of these pliers, maybe. One comes out. Two comes out. This actually might be part of the reason. I don't know for sure, but this actually might be part of the reason. So imagine that I'm picking these pins, or I'm pushing them all down with the back of the pick. They've all reached shear, but on this side of the lock, the key pins aren't falling back down, and that's due to the fact that they are full of grease. So they're just sticking inside. So that could be it. That what's happening is that they're not, when you're trying to pick all the pins or move it, it's not moving around because of the pins on top. Now, what can you do about that? You can usually hit the lock, the side of the lock where the pins are away, so this side, with a rubber mallet, which I tried, but clearly either I wasn't hitting it strong enough to get these pins down, or the grease is just so sticky, possibly age, possibly, or just its natural viscosity, that they weren't knocking the pins back down into the chamber here. So I've got my degreased plug as well as I could. My pinning tweezers, and I'm just going to pop these pins in what I think is the right order. Find the little circlip, which I believe goes on top like this. And I think we've got a core that works. That's good. Let's just try it. That's what we should always do, is put that in like that. Turn the actuator back round to the right position. Always do this, because what you don't want to do is accidentally put the plug in, put the core in that way round. You've got to put it in this way round. Luckily this is one that locks, which stops you from getting it the wrong way round, which is good. And then give it a turn with the key in, and it opens and it goes all the way around. It doesn't want to turn back though, again. It doesn't want to turn back on itself. I believe it's because this is key retaining somehow, and needs the, it's fine. You just need to have the shackle closed before you pull the key out. Okay, that explains it. That's fine. Good. That's fine. We're happy with that. It works. Ignore that. Pretend you never saw. That's what happens when you take the lock out in the wrong position, which we should know already. But I'm going to leave this in because I think it's important to show mistakes too. But the key pins aren't sticking up on the inside of the body. So all of this is good stuff. This is all good news. So I can remove the key now, and that's fine. Right, now to try and put the core in as it was intended to be. So I'm just going to open this up again. Put that in the right way around, which is all the way back here somewhere. About there. Okay, good. Nope. Oh. Do you know what? That could be it, because this is actually closed. And that means that the actuator itself has to be on this side. It will go in, but if the core is the wrong way up. Ah. So maybe it is the actuator that's wrong. Can we get that out? Yes, we can. So it was an actuator issue all along. Oh, look how greasy that is. Probably compounded by the keys. This is so interesting. Anybody who spotted that earlier, you're cleverer than I am, that's for sure. So this is very greasy in there. But this actuator needs to be not that way round as it is, but it needs to be this way round. So those are the ball bearings. I haven't lost the one from that side, have I? interesting. Where's the ball bearing gone from that side? Is it one missing? Huh. Could be there's an actual a ball bearing missing on one side as well. Because I think that if I look down inside there, does that retracts in perfectly? So we've got a ball bearing missing. Do I have a donor ball bearing somewhere I can nick? I probably have in another padlock. Got a couple there. So I need donor locks sometimes, and let's hope that that ball bearing size is right. Looks about right. Let's put that in. Sticks out, do that. Okay. So now put in the right actuator the right way round. So that will on instead of that way, it needs to go that way, and then that needs to go on top of it like that, and that goes in like that. So we need to make sure that the ball bearings retract properly. Let's try with the key. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, so I think we're a ball bearing missing. The actuator was the wrong way around. Now I've got to use a different top for this and hopefully get that to fit, which I think it does or will do if I force it. So that's quite good. Okay, that's not a perfect fit, but I could make that a perfect fit just by sanding. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to stop there and hope that I've got a PacLock which is mostly working. Yes, we do. So, wow, a couple of things there. That the actuator is the wrong way around. The key pins were very, very greasy, which is why I couldn't open it even if the actuator is the wrong way around. And there's a ball bearing missing, which probably didn't make any difference whatsoever to the picking, but is still nevertheless a notable issue. All I need to do now is it's just to make this flush, and then we should be good to go. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased that we've got a working lock. Phew. There you go. So that's a very long video. It's the kind of stuff that that's why I put it on my side channel. Just me messing about with locks and sharing that experience with you. Lock sport can be messy and investigative like that, but I think it's a good thing. I really enjoy it anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, leave a like, consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll see you all next time.